Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another Marine ECM, this time working on a MEFI 4 8.1 liters Volvo Penta. This was sent to me by David in Texas. David, I have your computer here. So he sent a scan report done by his mechanic where has throttle position sensor, voltage low, manifold temperature sensor, voltage high, EST has an open circuit. CAN communication bus fault. That is a little concerning because I'm not sure this computer has a CAN bus, but I will look into that fault because sometimes the fault is not really accurate. I had the complete manual for Volvo, so I'm actually on the DTC41 because these ones are actually for all the coils. So 2, 4, 6, 8 fault codes for all the coils. This is an 8.1, so the computer has a signal that sends to the coils. The coil on this boat has 8 coils and the circuit is inside, the transistor is inside the actual computer, sorry, in the coil, and the computer sends a 5 or kind of like a 5 volt signal over to each coil. So right now I have the computer running. Let me just get both the Diacom and my oscilloscope properly set up here because I was actually running the computer and trying to see what I can uh, understand what is going on here because it is running. So let me just again set this up. I got 2 channels. Let me just change this a little bit because this one is in 10 and this one is in 10. Let me see, the amplitude of this is 2.9 and the amplitude on this one is, yeah, 5 volts. The reason of that is I am actually connecting one of the coils. The yellow channel is actually on this test light because I can see the flickering. The same thing you can run in the boat. And the other one is actually connected to my simulator. So that's why the difference on the voltages in there. Um, no difference, no problem. I'm going to erase the faults. This is connected and it's running and it has 9 fault codes. I erase the other fault codes and they all come back immediately except for the cam and the other fault that we saw before, but all the coil circuits are there. So I'm going to erase the fault codes and we see that. I'm going to turn the signal for the cam and crank. So when we do that, if we erase the fault code, they should all disappear, and they do, right? So because the boat is not running, the engine is not running. But as soon as I run it again, uh, well, actually, we have now EST, H, and G. Hmm. Let me erase this again. All right, that's actually what I was expecting to see because I have actually another computer here, which is an 8.12, and it's giving me the same fault. The reason why is because 8 and G, this simulator only has six drivers for that kind of 5 volt reference signal, so I don't have 8, I only have 6, and that's the reason I have one in here. But what I can do, and I'm going to prove this, I'm going to remove, so we have that right now. Let me click in here, no. So we got fault for now for G and H, which are the ones are not connecting to my simulator. So this computer doesn't like this circuit in here. So I'm going to remove one of the coils from there, and I'm going to plug now this in here. So if I read the faults, we should have 3 because we had to erase the actual, sorry, turn the computer off. So right now we got H, G, and F. If I turn the computer off, right, and I'm reset the fault codes, they're all should go away, all right? So we got now those gone. As soon as I run this one more time, now we're getting H and F. So no problems in here. I also have the 5 volt reference working in here. So again, his codes, I'm going to actually come back to the same connection that I had before. So I'm going to unplug this yellow wire from there, and I'm going to plug my setup as I have it always in here. We're going to Turn the ignition back off. Reset the fault one more time. No trouble codes because the engine is not running, and we're gonna run it one more time, and we got H and G. So I'm going to mark those in this paper that I got from David. So we know that right now with these two disconnected that I have in here, the faults that I'm getting are for H and G, not connected. So when I do the swap, and I'm going to do now one thing is I'm going to move now this wire to the other coil. So I'm going to do this on the video to see if the other fault code comes in, and we change now and one goes away. All right, so turn this off. I'm going to unplug this one here, plug this one here, erase the faults, and run the computer again. And we now have G and F. So now we got F, that is the other fault that we set up. So H is gone. So now H we know is good, right? So what I'm going to do is, again, turn the boat off. We're going to disconnect um, H, right? So now we know the H disappears, so H is good. We're going to keep F disconnected because that's the one we know already is good. And I'm just going to move this to the other connector that I have in here. We're going to reset the faults, and we're going to run the boat once again. Now, okay, I got to do this again. Yeah, I didn't plug it in, so. All right, so I put the cable here, but the cable is hanging. That's why we got three full codes. So let me raise the full codes. All right, so they're erased. Now we run it again, and now we got H and F, right? Because H we disconnect and F, but now G is gone. So now we know that those two are good. I can move it around. So I'm going to turn this off, right? Erase the full codes, and I'm going to now disconnect H and G and connect coil F back again, which is my setup, right? And we're going to run the boat, run the computer, and now we only have H and G. So F is good, and all the rest are gone. So, David, your computer is good. Your problem is either on the harness or on the boat. I can show you the same because at first I was running this test and I was getting I didn't erase the faults. I erased it, but with the computer running, and I had to do it with the computer off. So that was my mistake, and the reason I started to run the video. So what I want to do, so we can see this in here. So one thing, this is a Crusader computer, so you see that has absolutely no marking outside. The only mark that we have is this is a 9494. I'm going to turn all the power off, and I'm going to switch David, which, as you can see, this is an 8.1 Volvo Penta, and his computer number, so just put the paper in here, is 4052, right? So David K from Texas. I'm going to put the cover in here as well. It's not really that I can misplace it because one has a sticker and the other one does not have a sticker. This is mine, and it's a known good computer. I got a 5.7 and a 5.0. If you guys are looking for computers, I got this one completely tested out and repaired. So I'm going to now switch the computer. So I'm going to put the phone in here so you guys can see what I do there. All right, power is off. Okay, I got David out. I'm going to put the cover on David so nothing falls in. And we're now going to plug the Crusader computer. And before I turn it off, sorry, I turn it on. Hopefully I still got the information. Okay, I can just click in here. If I go into the data, we will see that David's computer has 267 hours and that the checksum is 493Z. That is for Volvo Penta. All right, so now when I turn this one on, we see everything comes on. When I connect, hours in here, 267, calibration is in here. All right, so when I plug this and connect, now we got 654 hours, and the calibration is 0411, which is completely different calibration. All right, so, but the test is what I want to show because these are exactly the same as far as tests. So if I erase the faults with the engine not running, okay, we got no fault codes. If I going to try to erase, there's no trouble code found on this engine, right? It's not running. So again, if I run this now, it's shown only one. Should be two. Let me erase that. Okay, so yes, it's two. So we got H and G, and those are exactly the same as in before, H and G. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn this off, right? I'm going to disconnect coil F, and I'm going to, I don't remember which one is the one I have now plugged in, but we will know in a second because it's got to be H or G. So I'm going to erase the fault codes and then run the boat again. Let's read the fault codes. And now we got H and F. So that one is G. So let me mark that 1 second since I'm doing this. So let me just put that one. I got a white marker. So this is G. And this is H. And that I remember later. And this is F. All right, so now I know that. Okay. All I did is taking a white marker to mark the coils. Now that I know, I now put F in there, H and G in there, right? So let's turn this over, turn this off, and we're going to move the yellow wire from here to H and run one more time. I gotta reconnect because I turned the computer off for mistake. Am I gonna have to do that again? Yeah, because I turned the computer off, no power, and I just need to turn it off like cranking, and then erase the full codes. All right, no more full codes. Let's run it one more time, and now we got G and F. So everything is all right. So we got G disconnected, and H is the only one connected. So we got F and H, and that is marked. It's exactly as the computer is saying. So F is not connecting, G is not connected, H is connected. So if we do this one more time, now that we know, and that's what I marked for you guys. If I unplug this, now the yellow wire unplug back in F. Let's erase the fault codes. And now we run the computer, which we have H and G, and we do have H and G. So the exactly same situation. So I'm doing this for David and for all of you, so you can understand that yes, this computer, David, is working 100%. The problem you have is in the boat and not in the computer. I check because your computer number matches the one, and it is. I can see in here, if I open this computer carefully and remove the cover, we will see the gel coming down this way. When they poured this gel, some of this computer went down and it kind of like protrudes from this side. It's less on this side, more on this side. These wires are the wire that usually break because of this in situation. So I'm going to clean this over and so try to stop that from happening in the future. But for far right now, I check all the jumper wires, pulling it slow, softly and everything. None of them are broken, and the computer is all good. I check there's no signs of corrosion, no signs of burn, sensor ground, power, everything is good. So, David, your computer is good to go. And I also want to apologize for the late test. I had this computer for a while. I spoke to Dave and I let him know that my father passed away and I have to go to Costa Rica for that. So it's still hard for me to say it. I love my dad so much, and I'm going to miss you so much, Daddy. But yeah, thank you, David, for waiting on me, and thank you all my customers that has actually understand. It's a very hard time in my life, but I'm trying to keep up. All right, so thank you so much, David. Thank you all of you for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.